You can do it. There it goes.
Hey,
Hi,
welcome to
everybody.
Tuesday Night Bully Talk. We have a very, very special guest tonight. I'm very excited about this.
Yo,
Man, so much more than a friend, too. So, very excited about this. But welcome to Tuesday Night Bully Talk.
What's
So,
going on?
okay.
Theo,
Kind of
my
What's
fade
boy.
going
off a
on,
little bit.
everybody?
Hey,
Hey.
Bruce, you good? He said he
Can
can't
Bruce,
say
y'all?
we heard.
good.
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. I
Okay.
can hear you.
All right. All right. So, Theo, I'm sure that you are, and then give us an intro into what got you into bullies.
All right. Well, I'm here to speak about BEK. Yes.
Absolutely.
So, I just want to let everybody know that I got my brother with me right here. You can't speak about BEK without speaking about Trayvon Mobley. So, everything that I do, every step that I take, he's with me. And this man right here is our CEO. Speak to me, Adam Fields, Frederick. This is the CEO right here. So, just
I like that.
I want to get that out of the way in the beginning and let everybody know that we're carrying on the legacy. But what got me into dogs and was actually how I met met Trayvon and met everybody, Caleb, everybody within the bully community, was a man named Chuck Buchanan. I don't know if you all are familiar with him, but his name is Chuck Buchanan. He runs 205 BK out of Alabama, which is funny because I'm from New Jersey. So my whole introduction to the Alabama community, the Bama this, Bama everything was just because my very first bully was from a kennel in Alabama. He produced 205 BK champion Loki, 205 BK champion Raider, Aubie, Smoking Aces Mac, just multiple ABKC XL champions, and I loved how his dogs had that old school razor's edge type of look. And I was the type of kid that when I was growing up, my parents wouldn't let me have pets. I never had a dog. I never had a cat. I had nothing. I got my very first dog when I was 22 years old.
Wow.
My wife bought me a dog as a birthday present when I was 22 years old, and it was a Rottweiler. And it, I wasn't a very good dog handler at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know nothing about it. Me and that girl went through hell and back together. And then the second dog I got was Koba from 205 BK. And I just it was just a YouTube search, and I came across a dog that I thought was the most beautiful thing in the world. And I was like, you know what? They had their little Facebook tag at the back of the YouTube video and the phone number. And I was like, let me just give them a call and I just want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rest is pretty much history from that. And also, there's another dog that you might be familiar with, Fireball from QBNK. He's also a
Mhm.
production off of Champion Loki from 205
Yeah.
BK. That's how I started watching Raul's videos from QBNK because of the connection with 205 BK and Kiona
Mhm.
Bullies, and all of them were connected to Chuck Buchanan. So it was like I was like, you know what? I see it's like a web,
I love it,
and
man. So, your second
everybody
dog
in
that you
this.
got was Champion Cobra.
Yes,
Champion Cobra, correct? Put some respect
yes,
on his name.
yes. You're
But
right. Champion Cobra. Um, this was before I even. I never had handled the dog. I actually had somebody handle Cobra for me. His name is Varenza. He handled Cobra for me. I showed up at the dog show just to come to see and watch, and I asked him if he could put him in the ring and help me out, and he did, and it just kept going from there.
Man.
Can you all
What?
hear me?
Oh, I think we also lost
Yeah.
Caleb, but I can hear you,
You hear
sweetheart.
me?
I can't hear you. If you can hear
I
me.
I
I
can
went
hear
out
you.
for a second. I had to go out and go back on, come back on. I
Yeah.
can't hear Amanda.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear Amanda.
Oh, that's awkward.
Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I
hey, I'm
hear
back.
you.
Can you hear me?
I
Yeah,
can't hear you.
You can't hear
And
I
me?
can. I can hear Caleb, and I can hear you, Theo, but I can't hear Amanda.
and I can hear all of you, but you can't hear me?
I just messed it up, huh? Let me
Can you
let
hear
me
me?
jump
You
back in. I'll jump
did.
back in.
You and that
Let me
big
jump.
You all
mic.
right, Caleb?
Well, no, but I'm the one that like I had a call to come in and it's kicked me out. But then the audio for you went out. Like, let me
Hello?
jump
Yeah.
out
Well, and with
because I'm the common denominator. Hold on.
Okay, all right. Okay. Theo,
I have no sound. I can't hear anybody. Here, I'm gonna back out and then come back in.
all right. Can you hear me, Amanda? I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Amanda, you froze up.
move.
God dang it.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Bruce.
All
All
right.
right, so
Yeah.
all three of us can hear each other. Bruce, you good? Where's
Yes.
your camera?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to get back on here. Okay.
There.
All
Oh,
right, there we go. All right.
there we are. Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
You there,
Okay.
Theo?
Yeah.
Now we
Caleb
All
had
can't
right.
hear you.
disappeared and then everything shut off.
Yeah. Hey, that was JT Big Band, by the way. Hey, what do y'all put your phone on for calls not to come in through these lives, anyways?
Silent.
Yeah. Let me back out. Let me go on do not disturb, all right?
All right. He said he's not going to let it. But all
This is
right. So I don't know where we left off. Like if it was me asking the question because I disappeared, not
See,
going to,
now I
be
can't hear
after that.
anything again.
Oh my God.
Every time somebody
yeah.
backs out, it kicks the sound.
Yes.
Really.
It really,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can hear you.
That's
I
what's
can't hear
messing it
nothing
up.
Caleb is saying.
I'm wondering
And I
if
can't hear anything
maybe
Amanda's saying.
really
Yeah, can you hear Caleb?
I can't hear Amanda now.
now are you guys
All
using
right, let me
earpieces?
jump out too because
Yeah,
it worked.
but
I
I
don't
can
know
hear
why
you.
Bruce
I
jumped
can't
back
hear
out.
Caleb.
It was all working. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in with Bruce. I don't know what he's doing.
I have
Roll.
no idea what he's talking about. I can't hear nothing he's saying.
He's going to jump out and jump back in. He thinks that he might be
Okay.
the common denominator, which wouldn't be the first time in his life, but that's okay. But yeah, we're having some interesting, and we just started using StreamYard, so this is very, very unique.
All
Hey.
right, Bruce, I see you now.
All right, I'm back. You
All
hear
I
me?
right.
can hear you. I can
You
Okay.
hear
can
you.
hear
All right.
me. Everyone can be heard. So now, unfortunately, we're going to have to also hopefully hear Caleb, but he's not as important. Theo, you were talking about how you have a lot of like old school blood, and that's kind of where you're headed, where you kind of want to stick to, or not necessarily stick to per se, but that's kind of what you want to build your foundation on,
Yes.
because that's what you fell in love with.
Yes, because
So,
I feel like the old school blood had a very strong focus on structure. And I like how at least this is just my personal opinion. Most of the old school dogs, their fronts, the rear, the turn, the stifle, the top lines, they may not have been the biggest dogs. Like they weren't the big 150,
yeah,
130 pound XLs, but they were they were functional, athletic builds, muscled up, but well put together to where the dog had great movement and could, just be a functional dog. I like a functional dog.
yeah. Oh,
Hey
absolutely.
Theo, you know what, Theo? You're not the only one doing that. You know, it's a couple people that's actually it's very few. You got Jerry James, he's doing it. You got Sinatra, he like old school blood. So they trying to keep that old school look. You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
build a foundation and to keep that lineage going.
Yes. Caleb, you back?
Yeah, can everyone hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you
All right,
good.
good. I don't want to say anything. Amanda, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I,
I want to be heard. I
I
want to
can
be
hear
heard.
everybody.
Good.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can hear everybody.
All right. So Theo, so we talked about how you got into dogs, how you got your first dog, how you got into American Bullies. So how did
Yes.
BEK come about? How did you meet Trayvon, and how did this empire, because that's what y'all were building, come about?
So right after I had met you, actually, at the shows when I was showing Koba and you all were campaigning Genesis. Um, Chuck, the person that I had originally got Koba from, sent me a Facebook message and say, "Hey, I got this guy that has one of my females also off of that low key bloodline and everything." And he said he's real interested in doing a breeding, and he's like, "I think your boy would be perfect for her because it would be that last line breeding or inbreeding within the bloodline to solidify the bloodline. It would have been 7 generations of just straight 205 BK dogs, right?
Okay.
In to solidify that bloodline and it had that look. And the person who had messaged me was Trayvon, and he's like, "Hey man, you know how he is." He's like, "Hey man, I got this girl, and I seen your boy, and I'm just trying to do something. I'm trying to make something happen." And literally, maybe not even a month later, he drove all the way from Alabama to Augusta, Georgia, where I'm actually sitting out right now because I just came down to Georgia for a promotion ceremony. But he came all the way down to Georgia and he rented an Airbnb. Just pull up out of my driveway and random time of the day. He pulled up in my driveway. He didn't get out the car. He just kind of sat there and stared at me. But I seen Stella all in the window. And we were just looking at each other. I'm like, "Hey, man, that's you." Like, kind of like you're meeting up with somebody from Facebook Marketplace. I was like, "Hey, it's you." Like,
Back in
"Yeah, that's
the
me."
list. Yeah.
And then by the end of that day, it was I told him, "Hey, man, whatever hotel you got, cancel it. You staying with me. You staying at my house." And the rest is history. It's just like that's how we linked up. That's how BEK started. I think I've told you previously, Caleb, about what we had to do to make that breeding happen. I had no idea what I was doing. We didn't know how to do an AI. We didn't know how to do a natural. It was horrible, but by the grace of God, we had 9 puppies. Yeah,
Oh my
we
gosh.
had to do some sketchy stuff to get that breeding to work.
Yeah.
Oh man, no.
It hit.
Trevor,
It worked.
Hey, but yeah, by the grace of God, we had 9 puppies, and that was BEK's first official litter, and he was doing his own thing, I was doing my own thing, and we're like, "Hey, man, why don't we just do it together?" Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, he had the charisma and was good in front of people, and just everybody loved his personality and the way he moves. And I handled everything behind the scenes with the business. So I made us a short term plan, a
Yeah.
long range plan. I wrote it down on Excel sheets and calendars. I got us stud contracts, puppy contracts. I got Lori's review. I did all the business stuff
Yeah.
while he did the dog stuff, and then that together, along with, well, I'll mention in the future when Adam Fields was added to the team, all that together put into
Nice.
one created the BEK as a whole in the elite empire.
That's
Man.
cool, man.
No, you guys definitely complemented each other and still do. It's just you can tell that there's a great amount of like love, but also admiration between you guys. And obviously that's what it takes to be kennel partners. So it's something that's beautiful to see, that is how much you guys like love and respect each other. It takes a
Yeah.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, and Theo, hey, side note real quick. When you first came on, you said in remembrance of, Trayvon, you have a shirt on, things like that. And what's crazy is like how many things interlink where it's like, okay, Trayvon, I see you. Like, so look at the irony of tonight.
Yeah.
Look at the irony of where you are right now when you're doing this live. You're never in Georgia, but that's where y'all actually met up to do the
Hmm.
first breeding that actually created BEK.
Right down the street from here. Literally
Me and
right
you
down the
talked
street. Yeah.
yesterday. Like Theo called me yesterday and got in my feelings. He's like, "Do you realize that Trayvon was on this live a year ago?"
Yes. Yeah, it keeps
Like,
Man.
popping in my memory. So
The
it's like,
same month
so
too.
so another thing that, and it's just like, I don't
yeah.
know. It's just wild how he's interconnected so many people and how his legacy still lives on, and how you're doing this in remembrance of him, in honor of him, because you're really stepping out of your normal zone too, like coming on this live. Like normally Trayvon, like you said, is the people person,
Yep.
something like that. And like you came on, And I'm proud of you, my dog. Like, man, I got nothing but love for you. And I love that this is all about BEK instead of about Theo and how you've kind of coursed this and in remembrance of Trayvon and mentioning Adam and giving everyone their flowers in this.
Yep.
Like, you're such a good dude. And I have nothing but respect for you. Like, I didn't answer the phone when he called earlier. Like, let y'all know. And
Yeah,
because
you
I
didn't,
just
you,
don't
you
like
didn't answer. I was like,
I
what?
don't like to talk to someone leading up to it because I know there's nerves and then I want it to be very natural. I'll talk to you right before we go on, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk to you like leading up to it if I
Right.
really
Mhm.
know you like that because I want it to be like, no, no, no. Like I'm gonna say something to break the ice when we first go on, and then like let's talk dogs because that's all it is. But you're doing
Oh,
an awesome job, Theo, and I just want to make sure that man, I just commemorate that and all the irony that takes place. And it's not ironic anymore. It's because he's looking down, smiling, and he loves
that's
what's
great,
taking
man.
place, man.
I appreciate that. I really do. But one thing you kind of touched on that I want to mention is I don't know if you've seen a lot of our posts where we say BEK family.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I'm not from Alabama. Everybody thinks I am from Alabama. I am not from. I'm
Baby,
from.
you can now. You
Yes, you are. At this point,
I
yes,
am
you are.
from. Look, I am from Jersey.
can.
But the thing about it is like even just from the get go, right? Like I want to mention you, Bruce, right? Because I
Yeah.
didn't know nothing about nothing, right? And when I'm talking to Trayvon, he's like, "Yeah, so I got Miss Money, and we. You remember when we could not, for the life of us, we tried for almost 2 years to get Miss Money to take." And
Oh,
Vaughn was like, "You know what?" He's like, look, I don't know. I'm gonna let Bruce try it. I don't know. I feel like he knows. I mean, he done produced this dog, that dog, this dog. And then next thing I know, he gives me a call. He's like, man, I don't know what the hell Bruce did, but money took. I said, what? But
Oh man.
it's the family,
magic.
right? So like Bruce's Kennel, Caleb, you from meeting you at the show, uh, Big Band. I know I'm gonna forget people, but Big Band, Frederick, Bruce, Adam, Caleb, Amanda, all of you, that whole
Hmm.
group, the Higginsons,
Yes.
Mike and Christina Higginson, that whole group, and
Twin.
twin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raul from
Raul, yeah,
QB&K,
QBN.
Yeah.
that whole group right there. I guess I want to call it my inner circle, but that's the
You better
BEK
call it that.
family. Yeah, but that
That's
but
what it
that but that
is.
right there, that's the BEK family, and you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child. And I
Absolutely.
Yeah.
feel like in this case, nobody in the bully game, no respectable kennel in the bully game can say that they ever did it all themselves.
Yep.
There's
No,
so much
absolutely not.
knowledge and so much mentorship that's available out there, especially from people like you all, that it's just like uh I don't know. I know I'm about to go off on a tangent, but this is the way I live my
You're
life.
good.
You ever seen the movie Space Jam?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah.
So
Numerous times.
my army career, my life with my kids as a father, and with this kennel business, I take it all like Space Jam, right? So uh I take the best from everybody. Like there's
Mhm.
pieces of every single one of you that I've taken and put into this ball.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, I touch that ball and I absorb all the good. I listen to everything that y'all say, absorb all the good, and I turn myself into a monster.
That's what I'm talking about. I love that, man.
That's the way I
That's
look at life.
actually
It's like
perfect. That's strangely perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's wow. Nicely done. That was yeah. Damn.
No, I
All
love how
right.
you
Good.
input that. And you're right. Like the questions that you ask and whatever you indulge in, like you completely indulge in. You're so serious on it. And I love that, man. And what's cool is the family that you're talking about, majority of us, we're about to be linked at nationals and we're about to have a damn good time.
Hell yeah. I can't wait. I'm excited. December 6th, my wife is
Oh,
ready. Oh, yeah. Shout out to
I'm
my
so
wife and kids. I don't know if you're still watching right now, but my wife did ask me for the link. So,
I
Sheena,
guarantee
my
she is.
wife,
I guarantee
my
she is, man.
oh
my
yeah.
daughter Jade,
Yeah.
Marcellus, Sage, Makai, my four babies. Love y'all. Daddy will be home tomorrow.
Man, your family is so beautiful, and I had the privilege of meeting them at in the Cayenne Candy Show Monster Mashup in Andalusia just a few weeks ago, and man, I'm telling you, like there's just a lot of love and support there. She truly she watched you, walk around and mingle, and she saw, how nervous you were, but like she was just that I'm here for him. That was that whole thing. I'm here to make sure he knows we're here. We've got him. And
No.
she took pride in that. And she was proud of you, and she just wanted to make sure that you knew they had your back. And to me, that was gorgeous, man. That was
Yeah,
unparalleled.
that's my girl.
Insane.
That's
Oh,
my friend. That's my forever girlfriend right there. Hey,
man.
That's
did you
what's
all know
up.
that Monster Mashup was the first time I had ever been in a show ring, ever.
You did so good. You did good.
Trayvon was the one who showed the dogs. Look, I paid the entry fees and let him know where the shows were and kept the points books and all that and the paperwork. He did the showing. So look, I don't know if you. Matter of fact, some people might not know this. If you ever watch Trayvon show a dog and you see he has the AirPods in his ear,
You're
you
talking
see
to him.
that?
Yeah.
So I'm on FaceTime in Europe. Adam is holding the phone, FaceTiming him, and I'm telling him like, hey, move the leg back,
Oh, you
front leg back. Yeah,
cheated.
move the.
That's what's up.
I'm here for it though. Oh my God. Little to the left,
Oh
sir.
man.
God
Oh,
forbid there be a pause in it and you don't know it. He doesn't know it, and you're telling him the
a
wrong thing
slight
at the wrong
lag.
time. Like five
Pull
seconds.
it.
Hey, man, you know what? That's kind of crazy because all you guys, even though you was away, you still got to enjoy that moment with him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
I
you
was at
was talking.
Nationals
That's
with
crazy,
y'all.
man.
I was on
Huh?
FaceTime
Yeah.
at Nationals with y'all when you were in the hotel.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, well, Caleb was walking around with me. I don't know. He passed off the phone.
You
You
took him
guys
for
were
a walk.
all hanging out. Everybody was in the
Oh,
rooms.
yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
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 man.
yeah. That's cool,
Man, like
man.
this is going to be so. I've only been able to meet you the two times. Once when we laid Trayvon to rest, but then obviously at the show recently. So this will be my third time being able to spend time with you and your family, and I'm looking forward to that. Nationals is such a big stage, and the vibe
Yeah.
is so different, and
I've
it is.
never been. This will be my
Oh,
first one.
I am so excited
Man.
for you. This is going to be amazing. It is again, like, and these gentlemen can attest to that fact that it is a different ball game. Like you
Yeah.
walk into that room and everybody is like they're still them,
Mm,
but they're professional them, and it's
Yeah.
just
100%.
so fun. It's just still so fun because everybody is there to do the exact same thing, and the sportsmanship is different. It's just there's just something. It just vibes.
It,
It just
it's
vibes.
something in the air. As soon as you feel
Yeah.
it right when you walk in, you really do. Like
Mhm.
being an
Hey,
enthusiast of dog. Oh, go ahead.
I had forgot to mention something. I told you I was going to forget somebody. This is somebody that I can't forget because they've definitely put some time into mentoring me, Trayvon, and the Kennel for the past year, and that's Sarah Roach. She's definitely been always a phone call away whenever I needed her. She's always a good person for me to bounce ideas and things off of, and we actually have a collaboration with her, but that's for later to talk about. But
Yeah.
I didn't want to forget to mention her because she's definitely been a big help to me.
She's amazing. She's phenomenal. Yeah, we definitely love us some Sarah Roach. We were privileged to get her on here and talk dogs with her. Normally she's a little on the shy side, so we were
Yeah.
definitely happy to have her on. But yeah, she is amazing and so giving. I am so glad that you guys have her in your corner.
Hmm.
That's that's
Yeah,
something.
and she's got to drive like 45 minutes to the nearest town to be able to even get reception to come on here. Literally,
She did. She got in
literally,
the
she
car
lives
and
in
she
like the
went.
backwoods of Kentucky.
She
Yes. All right, but Theo, I got a question.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to discuss y'all's dynamic on exactly which role y'all played in the plans that y'all had and how you were able to overcome this and still going strong with BEK. And then we'll get to where you're going forward. But because y'all's dynamic was so different, it was so thought out, and how, because a lot of people now, like when co-owns take place, a lot of times breakups take place. A lot of times, heads bash because there's two different thoughts taking place and two different visions. Y'all's was completely different, where y'all weren't just doing a collaboration. Y'all were actually kennel partners. There was three. and how
Hmm.
each one of you played a different piece. So let's talk about the dynamic of it. And then we're going to go into how you're able to overcome, obviously, the unfortunate passing of him and how the dynamics changed and where BEK is going.
So this would be something that another thing too that people might not realize, but if you look close, you'll see. If you look close, all three of our kennel logos are different. So you see Adams Field's kennel logo, you see how it says Bama Elite Kennel, and then it says Lions Den.
Yep.
And
Mm.
then Trayvon has the white one that says Bama Elite Kennel. And then what mine was supposed to be the black one, and it was supposed to say Bama Elite Kennel Bullpen.
Ah,
And so the way we had it set up is right when I got back is Adam was our knowledge, our science,
yeah, yeah,
our genetics. He was our smarts in the
yeah.
behind the bully game. Like
The wizard.
he's like
Wizard behind the curtain.
yeah, he's in that world where he knows a lot about like the nutrition for the dogs. He knows a lot about like the science behind the breedings and the health testing and genetics and the stuff that we hadn't really dipped into. That's what Adam had brought to the team. I handled the business and the males because it was easy for me to go to dog shows because most of them were on the East Coast and that's where I lived was on the East Coast. So I could just drive up and down the East Coast as road warrior, campaign all our males. So that's the BEK bullpen. I had all the males, all the studs.
Ah,
Trayvon had BEK Maine, which had the females, the actual kennel. He would whelp the litters. And, I'd stud out everybody. And it kind of worked in like a big circle to whenever we needed to move pups or when we were placing pups in homes. I'd say about 70% of our dogs went to like veterans, like military people, because everywhere I went, I would meet somebody and I'd be
yeah.
like, hey, they're perfect for army families because they're
Yeah,
just bullies are so chill. They're
Yeah.
yeah.
so chill. They have that look that that soldiers and like Marine and airmen they have that look that you
Uh-huh.
would want as a service
Safety.
member.
Tough. You want it to look tough.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, you want them to look tough, but you can still have them around your kids. You can still
Exactly.
have them at the house. You
Mm-hmm.
can still have them on base because they're not a banned breed. You can still have them on
Uh-huh.
Correct.
base
Nah,
and
yep.
it fit the bill for so many people and so many loving families that had the means to provide for them. And it just we have dogs in California, Washington State, Alabama. There was a female that we had that had a crazy amount of drive. Trayvon placed her in a home with one of my homegirls, Torres, and this dog is climbing mountains in Fort Carson, Colorado.
That's what's up.
Climbing mountains. She got a harness made for her, and they climb up and down the mountains. And I hope Torres is watching right now because I'm talking about Imani.
Dang.
Like
That's what's up.
it was just a beautiful thing. And now with him gone, we had to because I wasn't here in the States, we had to spread the dogs out, right?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't take them. I was still in Europe. Adam had took what he took Kane and he has Flex, and then he has two others. And Bruce, I know you helped us out and you took Moo and you
Mhm.
also have money too, yes?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I had money.
Yes.
I had been I got money back before
Okay,
BK.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Higginsons have Remy, which they're doing an amazing job with Remy. They actually just completed the People's Litter.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they still have a couple pups available if
Yeah.
y'all are looking for something off of that
Yes.
bloodline
It's Creek
because
Bay Kennels. Creek
they
Bay
are
Kennels.
Creek Bank Kennels. They have
Yes.
that litter that they just had with BEK Remy, which is
Mhm.
Koba's daughter,
Yep.
Stella's daughter. From that first breeding we did, it's a whole litter full of beautiful lilacs. That nice silver,
I don't know
purple
how they told the
lilac
difference.
color.
I had no idea how they told the difference between any because they were consistent.
They
They were
all
nice
Yeah,
look the
color
same.
wise.
every
All of
single one of
them.
them looks exactly the same.
They put you'd had to put like different collars on them because there's just no way. There's just no
Mhm.
way.
But
But yeah,
they're beautiful. I think they actually still have a couple pups available if you get with Mike or Christina Higginson.
mm-hmm.
But so we had to spread them all out, and we were left with one. And I think you all know which one I'm talking about. Bruce, Caleb, Manda is Susu.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
due to Adam being with us, we started doing embarks,
Yeah.
which we had never really done before. So we started doing embarks, and lo and behold, every single one of our COIs, because the blood was so tight, was like 35%.
Jesus.
Dang.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
Ooh,
why. That's
ooh, right
why.
there.
See, Amanda, that's why the litters are so consistent. They all look exactly the
Mm.
same. Exactly the
Literally.
Yeah, that
same.
litter was intense. I was just sitting there thinking, like, yeah, Lord
And
help them
hey,
in the right
but hey, look,
place.
both parents came back embark clear. Everything was good. It's just the COIs were high. So, I had to learn this, but what do you do when your COIs are high? Outcross, right?
Come on. There we go.
So we didn't want to keep spending money on stud fees and trying to outcross that way. So we figured, you know what? Let's bring a new female
Male,
into the
female.
program. Well, yeah, but yeah, we are bringing a new female into the program because we knew what we were lacking. We had that old school blood. We had the structure. We had the muscle tone, the structure, the everything that you would want in a good bully. But what we were missing was breed type and just sheer mass. Like
Yep.
my XL male topped out at 105 pounds, and he was beautiful. Koba is beautiful,
Yeah.
but the direction that ABKC has been moving in, he would be considered a classic build now compared to 10 years ago when he was just a typical XL. But
Mhm.
now that there's no more extreme class, most of the XLs, if are around 120 pounds with like 28-inch heads, they're real big. So
So
how do
big.
you bring that into the kennel?
Yeah.
A male will only give me, unless I'm
Come on.
getting pup backs, will only give me one or two chances to produce another dog that I can bring into the kennel. A female will give me 3 good breedings, 9 pups, average about 27 chances to bring what I
Right.
want to bring back into the
And
kennel.
you're a gambling man.
Bingo. Bingo.
So we had with Remy, we were actually going to breed Remy to KY's finest True Love. He's a production off of FSB's Future. All right.
Choice.
Trayvon got in his car, drove 7 hours all the way up to Kentucky. Remy was in heat. Her numbers were perfect. They did the AI at the vet, hit her twice, 2 days apart. Everything was perfect, right? Remy just didn't take.
Damn.
So while we were up there at the vet's office, Sarah had a uh, like a like a puppy box. She was getting all the puppies their first shots. She had
Oh
just had a
yeah.
litter, and she was getting all the puppies their first shots. And as Trayvon was panning the camera on FaceTime, I said, "Hold on, go back to the puppies." He's looking at the puppies, and I was like, "That one there is beautiful." I was like, "I love that
Mhm.
little red girl." I was
Yep.
like, "Let me see her." I was looking. I thought it was a male. I was like, "Man, that
Mhm.
pup is so damn beautiful." And she was like, "Yeah, da da da." And we had never said anything about it afterwards. It was just like, "Hey, it was a really
You
nice litter.
mentioned liking the
Good to
dog.
go."
Yeah.
When Remy didn't take, we're like, "All right, we have two choices now. Now we got to wait 6 months to wait for her to come back in the heat and try again." Or I was like, "Hey, Trayvon, we have a chance right now to do our outcross, but
Yeah.
in a different way." I'm like, "It's the same blood because Butterscotch is a future daughter." I was like, we can get that same blood, but keep it in the kennel versus just using the stud feed once." And I was
Hey,
like, "You know what? Let's three-way call Sarah." I had never talked to Sarah, so I'm super nervous. He's nervous. We're like, "Damn, Sarah's
She's
an OG
probably
in the game."
nervous. She's always nervous about getting on,
I
on
was
you
like,
know.
I was like, I was like, Sarah's an OG in the game. She's not even gonna answer the damn phone. Like, why are we even trying to talk to her? Like, but she answered the phone and she's like,
She did.
the first words out of her mouth were, "Hey, hun." I'm like, okay,
yeah.
so she's a normal
Wait, maybe
person.
you
Okay. I was like, all right, cool.
remember.
And then she's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, Sarah." I called her ma'am. I said, "Hey, ma'am. Um, my name is this, da da da. I know you don't know me, but did it, And I went through the thing, and I said, "Hey, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. That litter that we saw there, are there any females that are available?" First words out of her mouth are no. I'm like, "Damn." I was like, because I was gonna ask you, I was gonna ask you if we could transfer over the money that we already paid for the stud fee for True Love, if we could just transfer the stud fee over and just, buy a female off the litter. And she's like, I'm sorry, hon, I'm keeping all of them. I'm like, dang.
Oh,
I
shit.
was like, all of them? I was like, there's like 7 pups.
Here's
You
some
can't let us
good
get one.
dogs, and yeah, you end up keeping all of them. Damn it.
I was like, you can't let us get one. And
Oh
then she
my
was like,
gosh.
and then she was like, let me think about it. And then we called her back again the next day. And she's like, you know what? She's like, I like you. I like your, I like you. I like Trayvon. She's like, you seem like real good people. He's a nice young man, da da da. And she's like, I have this girl for you right here. And turns out it was the one that we
Yeah.
were looking at on FaceTime. And I was like, wow, like what are the chances? And now, I mean, she's not with me right now because I'm in this hotel room, but she's at home
Right.
with my kids right now. My wife
Yeah.
has got her right now. I tried to explain to her how to make her raw today, so we'll see how that goes. But
Pumpkin, lots of pumpkin when you get home. Now she's got it. You're like,
Oh.
yeah, now that girl is at our house. We were gonna name her Roulette because the stud's name was Gambler, but there was already a Roulette out of that litter. Like they had named one of the other dogs Roulette. So Trayvon was a
What are the
fan of
chances of
anime.
that?
Yeah, I know.
yeah, right.
But Trayvon was a fan of anime, and there's this show called Naruto where the third Hokage is a female, and she loves to gamble. So Trayvon was like, "Let's name her Tsunade." And I was like, "Okay, like shit, I like it, bro." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Hey, she was the third Hokage, and she loved to gamble. We got a
Yeah.
gambler daughter. Let's name her Tsunade." And I was like, "All right, man, let's go with it." And that's Susu.
She is beautiful. I'm excited to see how she turns out because every single time I see her, you can see that she is
Mm-hmm.
developing. I do like the way she's structured. So no, oh, she moves, man. So
I love her to death. But that girl is a pain in the butt. I'm trying not to say bad words, but look, she's a pain in the butt, man. She be testing me.
Oh my gosh.
How's she
She
pain in the
tests
butt? Tell me
me.
about it. Tell me about it.
So like, in the morning when you open up the kennels, you want them to, hey, like, come out. She'll
Yeah.
look at me like, you gonna come get me? I'm like, girl, if you don't get up, like get up, and then when I tell her to get up and she finally steps out of the kennel, she sticks her arms out,
Oh,
sticks her legs back, she'll yawn, lay on the floor, and I'm like, Susu, I gotta go to work. Can you speed this up, girl? I
yeah.
gotta go to work. And she be taking her time. She walks out the door. You can ask my wife. She walks out the door like this.
She mows. Oh my God.
Oh my God, girl, come on. But yeah,
Oh
she's
yeah, Adonis does that. My XL.
yeah,
He takes his time. Like he'll
sweet time.
I'm just like, bro. And then he doesn't want to come inside after,
Yeah.
this is like, listen, you want kibble? My job pays for that kibble. Let's go. Bribe him back in. I am not above bribery. Let's just go ahead and establish that fact right now. So I have to bribe him to get him to come back into the house. It is obnoxious.
You know what she does love though? The one if I want her to move, I have this piece of rawhide and it's got like fur on it still, or not fur. What do cows have fur? I don't know if that sounds stupid.
Yeah,
They
no,
have hair.
that's exactly what that is.
Leather.
All right, leather.
Nope, nope.
But it's like a piece of cowhide with the
Still on it?
hair on it.
Yeah.
If I pull that out, oh man, she goes crazy for that thing. I mean, like that's the only. I gave her a piece of bacon and she spits it out. But if I pull out that piece of cowhide, it's game over. She will not let it go.
Yeah, I remember that at Monster. We were trying to.
Yeah, she spit out
we were
every
testing
treat.
different treats because I brought like several to kind of like try and see because you were like she's a picky baby.
Every single treat she spit out.
She's like, no, I don't know about this. I'm like,
Nope.
Lamb, what you mean you don't know? This is
Yeah,
delicious.
spit it right out. I gave her peanut butter one time and she like licked it on the floor and then walked away. Cheese, spits out the cheese. But that rawhide, she won't let it go. I can hold her up in the air like this.
Yeah, I don't know where you got
She
this.
will not let it go.
Load up. Man.
Hey, real quick, the other day I was on the phone with Theo, this like 2 days ago, and he was trying to take pictures of Suso. I'm gonna tell this, Theo.
Oh,
And so he
man.
gets his son out there. He's like, Marcellus, come help me. Come help me. So his son trying to like get her attention. And he's like, did you just hit me in the head with that? And I'm like, what happened? He's like, he just hit me in the head with this raw. hide in the back of my head.
Because I tied the rawhide to the flirt pole,
Yeah.
and my son whipped it around trying to get it to her, and he smacked me in my head with it. I'm sitting on the ground trying to take pictures, and I just get popped in the face with some rawhide.
Listen, weirder things are going to happen. It's just the way that it is.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
I had to tell that to you.
Why do you
You're welcome.
What?
That's
All
why I
right.
said me and that girl go through it, but I love that dog to death. Like, that's my baby. That's
And that's
my
the
baby
dog you
for real.
needed. She tries you. You need something to keep you on the edge. And it's like the perfect
Yeah.
scenario. It really is. Hey, and by the way, Sarah Roach is watching. She said how much she loves you all ago, and she's very interactive right now. So I just want to let you know too. That's
What's
cool
up?
because yeah, you're giving her flowers as deserved, and you know her viewing in to give you your flowers as deserved as well. All right, so we've talked about the dynamic of BEK. We've talked about exactly how this empire was going to be created. We've talked about the shift in it, you know, that you had to take and how hard that was and things like that, and displacing other dogs because you had to. And now you're back in the States. You've been back in the States for how long now? Because you were in Germany
Two
when all this
months.
took place. Okay, so you've been back in the States 2 months.
Yep.
So you got this dog that y'all had got together from Sarah Roach, Suso, this beautiful dog. So
Beautiful.
you got her. Now she's at your house with your kids, like you were talking about for the last 2 months. So
Mm-hmm.
just in this 2 months, you have gone to a show with her, and
Two
this
shows.
2 shows. How many
Mm-hmm.
points has she gone? Like already gotten? Because literally, show training started as soon as he, you know, hit America's surface and got this dog in
Yeah.
his hand.
So
But
far,
it's only
she
two
has
months.
40 points so far.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what a
Yeah, 40
very tough
points. Yeah.
class. What,
Yeah.
9 to 12 month old
40
standard
points.
class, correct?
Yes, and she will be. I mean, as long as she don't come in the heat, which she probably will, because she knows she just wants to do that to me. But
She's just like
and-
timing straight, Dad.
unless she comes in the heat, I'll be showing her at nationals. So I'll be there. We'll be in booth
I
one.
saw Adam mention that. Both Susan.
BK will be in booth number 1.
That's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
baby.
Yep.
Hey guys, hey look, let me say this. I see you, Daniel done chimed in at New Foundation Kennel. Man, look, the show he had the show Bully War 3, you know, in Montgomery this weekend, and it was a lot of people there, man. 150 something dogs, and man, let me tell you something. That was probably the biggest fun show that I've seen to date.
Nice.
That fun show started 20 minutes after the first sanction show. It lasted the third sanction show probably about 15 minutes before it ended.
Hmm.
Wow.
That's how big
Lord.
that fun show was, man.
Without that was good timing too, because it
Yep.
started that quick because how long it was going to last, and then the hardware that he had. Like Daniel,
Man,
like you're doing
hey,
your thing over there, man.
hey, he had some hardware in there, man. He really did, man, for real. So, hey, Daniel, appreciate the good time, man. Good atmosphere.
Yes, sir. No.
Ready
Hey
for
Caleb.
4.0, baby.
Hey Caleb. Speaking of the hardware, um, I want to give out a shout out to Adam for doing what he's doing with the BEK award, the elite work.
Yeah.
That I want one. I don't even got one, but I want one. But look,
I
that
was like, I'm
I'm
not
looking at
allowed
one
to
right there.
enter because it's a little
I'm looking at
biased.
one right there.
hey, can you pull it on real quick, Caleb,
Yeah.
so we can see what I'm
Uh,
talking about?
I was hoping you were going to ask that.
Yeah.
Sure. Big mic, big trophy, whatever.
Yeah, right. Little chair though.
Big guy and a little chair.
There you go. Yes. That right
We
there. Hey, Adam has been going up
look
and
at
down
this.
the East
And
Coast all the way to the
and
South.
listen to this. Like this is
Yeah, it's
nice.
solid.
This is
Solid.
really
It
really
is,
good
yeah.
hardware.
Yeah,
And look at
he's
the
been
size of it. This is literally like 24 inches, 26 inches, something like that.
he's been campaigning that award well, and the significance behind that award is
Right.
it's not just about, fun shows are about the dog, right? Sanction shows are about the dog and obviously the dog's performance, but the BEK Elite Work Award is about the dog and handler relationship.
Mhm.
So you could have I don't want to say subpar, but I'll just use that word. You could have a subpar dog and be a subpar handler, but the relationship that you and your dog have together is so tight that we can tell that there's some love in that ring, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you will win the elite work award over somebody that is a professional handler that was hired to show a champion dog. We want it to be about that's because that's what got at the end of the day. If you're a real bully lover, I feel like that's what got you into American Bullies. Is not just the fact that they're pretty show dogs, but who doesn't love their dog? And if you don't love your dog, you don't deserve to own them.
Oh man, yeah. You gotta be.
Like,
Right.
Companion
You gotta be
breed.
equally
Companion
worthy.
breed.
yes.
Yes, you gotta
Like, matter of fact, Amanda, before I knew you, I knew Adonis in you.
be.
You know what I'm saying? And Bruce, before I knew you, I knew Dread Doctor in you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Caleb, before I knew you, I knew Genesis in you. The owner is tied to the pet as family, not as a that's my dog. It's no, that's my family.
Yeah, that's
And
my.
and
Yeah.
that's the significance behind that elite work award. You need to be able to work your dog and work with your dog and be one with your dog, not just have a pretty dog and you just here look like no, it's got to be more
Yeah.
than that.
The
Yeah,
dog hates being in the ring, but it's a beautiful dog because
Exactly,
you can tell the only time you give it attention is when it's in the ring. And yeah, there's no
exactly.
connection. I
and
love
you
that. I
can, yeah,
love
you
that.
really, really can. I absolutely love that at Monster, the BEK award went to Jenna Askew. She, man, her and that Frenchie.
Yes, that
Oh,
Frenchie.
they
They
killed it. They
were
killed it. I mean, it was almost, I mean, everybody did a great job. Everybody did a great job. And you could tell that there were some really serious bonds with these people and their dogs. There's just something about Jenna and that dog that, I mean, and even her husband, he was standing next to us to say, he's like, man, this is just who they are. Like, this is
they're
just
in
who they are.
tune.
Hmm.
They're
That's
in tune,
my
and you
girl.
can tell the owner and the dog are the owner and the dog. Because even when we were judging that show, that was one of the first questions that I had for the handlers. Like, hey, are you a hired handler or are you
I
the
like
owner?
that.
And even that too, right? I don't have a problem even giving out that award to a hired handler, but they have to have that relationship with the dog because there's like perfect example, Angel and
Apollo.
Apollo,
Apollo.
Oh,
their relationship, right? I mean, William is Apollo's owner, but Angel and Apollo, when they're in the ring, they're like this,
You can tell
you
there's
know?
love. You can tell there's
Exactly.
respect
Yeah.
that they've put in
Exactly.
work and it's time to, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all gotta be locked in as a team.
Yeah. No
oh yeah,
doubt.
and I
Yeah.
feel like there's people that you can honestly say they have those relationships with these dogs that they handle, and I mean you've got Hannah with Jack, Daryl with Jack, and that was the first time they met last year's nationals,
That was a nice connection.
which was
Matter of fact,
crazy. It's like
matter
how
of
on
fact,
earth
have
that's
you
the first time
ever
he
seen
handles it, especially like that.
yeah, matter of fact, have you ever seen a dog in the ring that does not like the handler?
Yeah, they fight the
It's
whole time.
yeah, it is.
There's
They're
like,
just
yeah,
looking
I'm
back
not
and they're like
today.
moving to the side and stuff. Like you can
Yeah.
you can tell. You can tell. They're fighting it like,
Yeah.
man, you need to get somebody else in there because this ain't working.
Well, and the thing is like, so funny enough, actually at Monster, I had the privilege, like really, it was this honor because it was in the family. So Matthew Gibbs, his mother, they own a production off of Bully Pride,
Hmm.
Revelation. And he is this big hoss of a dog, beautiful animal. And this was the first time that he was getting back in the ring after a hiatus. And she had just hurt her, I think it was either her foot, her ankle, something along those lines. And
Uh-huh.
she was
Ash is
like,
walking in.
she just she couldn't take him in the ring. And she just looked at me and she's like, would you be willing to? And I was like, oh my God. Well, first of all, I mean, thank you for having that confidence in me, but yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's do this. So I get in there, and that first show one, it was a little rough because he was getting to know me. And he's like, I mean, I guess we should be okay. But he was just kind of looking at me like, what do you need? What do you want? Like, he was just kind of looking to me for guidance. And I was sitting there thinking, like, this is the first time I've been in the ring in a hot minute. So it took until like the second show before we started vibing. And by show 4, yeah, I mean, you can tell when a dog doesn't like versus is sort of like that whole getting to know you phase. But yeah, it's yeah, I was nervous about getting in the ring with a dog I'd never met before. But because of his temperament, which is again a testament to bully pride, like he is just a doll. And yeah, he got used to me pretty quickly, and we got to know each other and how, like, my expectations were, you know, what gestures I used, what wording I used. And I mean, he was just, so yeah, there's definitely something to be said about a handler's bond with a dog,
Hmm.
and it can happen either quickly or it cannot happen at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I learned very quickly too that as a handler, because I handled my own dog for the first time, I've lost her a couple shows because of me. Felt bad about that, but I'm like, dang, and I know I messed up too because um, from my mentors, from you all, when I said, hey, like, what should I do in the ring? You said, hey, just right after you're done showing, win or lose, always ask the judge what you can do to improve. Hey, I love it when the judges are straight up. The judges are like, hey, your dog was good, but you overstacked her.
But you,
You
sir.
didn't move fast enough on the gate. That I like, dang, all right, well, okay, I know I gotta work.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, though. We've been really, really blessed with informative judges.
Mm,
I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but I have a batch of favorites, and the reason why is because of their honesty and their candor. Because yeah, like if you go up to them, and there's even some that will not let you leave the ring until they tell you
mm.
why, they ranked you the way that they did and what they want to see from you next time. And so it's just like, you gotta love that, man. You really gotta love that.
And
And
some of them, you better have some thick skin when you go up there if you're gonna ask them.
yeah,
Cindy, the senior ABKC judge, and then what's that? Tavares. You better have some thick skin
yeah,
if you're
Tavares,
gonna go
yeah.
up to them and ask them. Hey, but they're honest. So
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
respect thing. I'm not downing them by any means.
No,
Like
Oh
I
no,
and
like it because they're gonna tell you
get ready.
exactly what you need to hear, not what you want to hear by any means, but what you
hey,
need to hear.
I can say this now because he already champed out and he's since been retired. But I remember when I was showing Koba. I mean, remember I tell you, Koba's a smaller XL, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I asked the judge one time, like, hey, what can we do to improve? He's like, hey, man, he's like, your dog looks like a female, and I was like, damn. Like, come on, he's like, hey, if she was, he said, if he was a female, she was like, he'd be grand champion stud. He's like, when he's a male, he's like, he needs some more head, some more
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Like, but beautiful dog, it's like, it's not
Oh
male
my
type.
gosh.
I was like,
Hey,
all
you
right,
know
well,
I'm
what?
a fan of
Eh,
art, but
I told him
yeah.
I would go work on it. I don't know how, but
Well, I mean,
No, but
if it's a matter of muscle mass, if you think that could be something that helps, I mean, it's everything from more targeted exercise and weight vests and things
hmm
like that. But yeah, outside of that, it's like, okay, noted. Bring bigger dogs. So I need to breed
yeah, what's so
bigger
cool
dogs.
is we actually Genesis championed the same day as Koba championed. Like we actually saw
Oh,
him. Trayvon was there.
Yep.
Emmanuel Tavares was there with Top Gun before he was, like he had just championed. He didn't
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
champion other registries and things like that. But it's cool how that we were all there and we actually
Yep.
championed. And as we were leaving, we actually took a picture together. Me
Smoke.
and me and Theo, like a few years ago. Theo, if you could, please,
I know
please
what you're about to
share
say.
okay.
no,
I
share
think
the picture
yeah,
so we can
sharing is
remember
caring.
it.
And I
No,
Yeah,
was,
please.
no,
I,
Caleb
I, I've
knows
been
what he's doing. Don't let him do that. So in that picture, I had to squeeze Kobe with my thighs because he wouldn't stop moving. So I'm like crunching him, and I got him held up real tight. And we finally took the picture, and his eyes are all up, and his head is pushed like this. Yeah, Caleb knows what he's doing. I got him. I
I
got
love
you.
you, man.
I want that picture. I think we need it. I think we need that picture in our lives.
I'll
It's
Hey,
see if I
y'all.
can
deleted.
find it.
It's gone.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna step back for what we was talking about a few minutes ago. I had to I wasn't aware until I got there, but I judged the last show Saturday, right? So when I don't pick the people dogs, most of the time they don't even have to ask me. I tell them myself. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
Yeah.
And I do have people that ask me, but it was one I think it was standard. It was two dogs so close, but the way I picked, one of them had a slight underbite. And I told him that's
Mm.
why he lost because it was so close. The dogs, they was perfect, but
Yeah.
he had a slight underbite, and I went with the other dog because of that. And you know what? He was okay with it, and he knew. You know what I'm saying? He was okay with it. I like people being okay with what I tell them. They
Yeah.
don't. It seems like they don't get offended by it. They might, but they show me respect. You know what I'm saying?
It's fair. Yeah.
But but
That's
it's nice to um evaluate dogs like that. I like doing it, man, and I'm gonna evaluate to the fullest. You know what I mean?
well, and that's the thing, baby. That's your job. Like the sole purpose of a judge is to literally compare each dog to its respective breed standard and to rank them accordingly. And that's the thing is you can't be nice about it sometimes. Like sometimes you're just gonna have to be like, that brings you to judges that withhold. It's just
I
like that.
was I was just about to say that because
Yeah.
y'all had mentioned that I think
Mhm.
two lives ago.
Yep.
Um, and I mean, I love XLs. That's my class, XLs. There is an XL that I want to give a shout out before we end up getting off this live, but um I like the fact that the judges are strict and that they are upholding the standards. And I don't have an issue because I've seen you talking about it in that last live. I don't have an issue with them withholding a ribbon because the whole point of them giving that first place ribbon out and champion and grand
Mhm.
champion is to create the future breeding stock
Yes.
for the American Bully. So if you're giving out a ribbon for the best of the worst dogs for that day,
Not doing
you're
anybody.
not you're setting up the whole breed for failure in the future
Right.
Yeah,
versus when you give out the ribbon to the best dog, not just of that day, but the best dogs that are actually brought out to show, which I'm a firm believer of that too. If you're not going to bring your dogs out to the show ring, keep your mouth shut. So if you're not bringing your dogs out, the ones that do have the best dogs, when you get that championship status and that grand championship status and that title, that should be the breeding stock for the future of the American Bully because that's saying, hey, these are the best dogs within our breed.
Yep.
100%.
Absolutely. That is the
yep.
job of a judge. That's the actual only real purpose a show is actually supposed to be for. I mean, you can ask anybody that like it's AKC, UKC, that's their sole purpose. It's not necessarily, it's not entertainment. It is literally just showcase breeding stock and to show breeders what they're supposed to be breeding to. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I mean, ABKC and all the other registries they're in. There are some theatrics and there are some fun because they want to liven it up a smidge, and everything is a little bit more specific, especially with the ABKC. It's dominated by bully breeds. But at the same time, it's just like they want you to have fun at these shows. They don't want it to be just business transactions. So you can definitely appreciate some of these smaller registries acting like that and to kind of present it like that. But at the same time, with that said, judging is judging is judging.
Exactly. But I
Period.
heard you say fun.
Period.
Fun should not compromise the standards. Fun
Correct.
is for the fun shows. Standards are for the sanction shows. Two
Confirmation
separate
shows.
things. Yeah, exactly. Two separate things, and both can be happen on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's something for everybody.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying, I'm not kennel blind. I know what type of dogs we have. I know what we're working towards. I know
Yeah.
what flaws we have to fix. I am by no means not even in the top 50, but I'm getting there. And I guarantee you that one day we will be there,
That's what I'm talking about.
and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Wait, can I do a shout out real quick?
heck
Yeah,
yeah.
go
Yeah.
ahead. You
So,
got the
because we were talking about XLs, right? So I
Mhm.
need to give a shout out to some XLs that are doing the damn thing. You know
Hit
what I'm
it.
saying? So I want to give a shout out to William with Grand Champion Apollo because he's out here doing the damn thing. I also
Absolutely.
want to give a shout out to Justice from Bougie Bullies with Champion Jedi. If that
Ooh.
is not an XL that you
Nice.
have on your radar, go look
Nice.
at that boy because, man, that dog is something serious. Something serious, I swear. And then I also want to give a shout out to my big boy Teddy Bear.
That's what
Hey.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, Big Teddy. We got some big things planned in the future with that boy right there. I'm happy to say that we were his first lock-in. So there you go.
Literally.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
first
Yeah.
lock-in. Yup.
Trayvon told me he did it when he done it. Trayvon
Yup.
called me and told me. Yep, sure did.
Man, look, we were on the phone. I was like, before he look, Caleb, before I was like, hey man, look, I don't know when you're gonna open him up, but you see me looking at you. Like I'm telling you, just to let me know what it is, and I will
Yeah.
lock him in right now. Let me know. And he's like, all right, I'll let you know when I open him up, but he's not open yet. He's still a pup. I'm like, I don't care, man. Because one of Trayvon's biggest things is I've always wanted a black Merle.
Mm,
Trayvon always wanted a chocolate. He loves chocolate dogs. He's like,
Me
I want a
too.
chocolate. I want a chocolate. And think about how many XL chocolate males there are right now. Name two.
got nothing for you.
If you're not talking about like the Willy Wonkas or things
Yeah,
like that,
Zion.
right,
like
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like we seen Teddy and we're like, yo, that's the next generation. Like right here, this is like a chocolate that's actually gonna have structure, gonna have size. We need this.
Compact.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want that. And that's how that happened. But everybody that's out there doing the things with the XLs, you see pockets at every shows. I'm not down in any other class.
Right. Yeah, of
The
course.
XLs is my class. So look,
Yes.
we're gonna uplift the XLs a little bit tonight.
That's what
You
I'm talking
see
about.
pockets at every show. You see pockets in every grand champion class. You see standards. You see classics a little bit more less seldom than the standards and the pockets. But XLs, you might go to a show as an XL breeder and you come out there, drive 14 hours with the intention to go show your dog and go compete, and two people show up.
Yep.
And
That's
then
right.
now
Yep,
you don't have any competition. And if
yep.
people are wondering why you can't champ your dog, or people are saying, oh,
Mhm.
you just champed
People are
out
bringing the
because it's an
XL dog.
XL, well, come out. We need y'all to come out because if you're saying
Exactly.
that we're champing dogs just because we're XLs, come out. Bring your XLs out. Let's have that ring full. Because that day that me and Caleb, I championed Koba and Caleb championed Genesis, there was 14 other XLs in the ring. They actually had to split the
Hey,
XL class because there were so many of them. You remember that day, Caleb?
Yeah, I do.
The judge
hardcore
was
wins
pulling
right there.
like they were doing like first and second and third rounds in the same class for the same show. They're like, all right, you three are eliminated. Let me see these five. All right, two
Yeah,
more down.
whittling
Let
it
me see these
down.
three. But they were doing that for like the 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Man.
that's what I want to see.
Yes.
Uh
That's what
huh.
I think. If we can see that and have fun shows like what Bruce was talking about at that last show, that's when my kids come out and see a show and I bring my family with me. That's what I want to see because then you have this next generation that's going to keep the breed going and keep it getting
Yep,
better.
yep.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And I love watching, a lot of XLs show up. Now, granted, like depending on the scenario, you see a bunch of XLs coming in. You're like, ooh, hey, things are about to get interesting, and then you realize they're
Yep.
not entering them into the sanction show; they're entering them into the fun show only. And I'm like, I mean,
Yeah.
reason why, and then I mean, there's some of them that there's obvious reasons why, but some of them just like, I think there's some potential here that you're just not like. Is it you? Are you nervous? Is this what this is?
Yeah.
What's happening here? Yeah. So there's some unsung dogs out there that I would really hope eventually their owners would see what they have and they would
There really is. There
and then
really
really bring
is.
it out to showcase because that I mean there's no better way to say it, but the best marketing that you can have for your dog, other than obviously just social media, is showing up, like
Exactly.
going
Yeah.
to these shows,
And
having people
when
put
you,
their eyes and hands on your dog.
yep. And you know what another problem with the XL community is as soon as somebody champs their dog, they stop showing them. And
Yeah.
I'm a big culprit
Yeah.
of it. I knew what I had. I knew that he wouldn't perform well in the champion class, but there's some that I see and I'm like, man, just keep going. And I'm gonna say this because I love you, bro, and I hope you're watching. And I say I love you because when I met you at that show, you were such a genuine person. But please bring your dog back out because I would love to see it. Emmanuel, bring Top Gun back
Thank
out
you.
and put him in the
Oh,
damn show
please.
ring because he
For the love
needs
of
to be an ABKC grand
God.
champion. He
Yeah, get
has
that
it.
kid in there.
You have it,
One win away.
bro. Bro,
One.
Animal. Gorgeous
I,
animal.
I don't know if Emmanuel is watching right now, but if he is,
If
man,
you're out there, tag him.
I
Someone
was
tag him.
I was gunning for you since the first day that I saw Top Gun, like gunning for you as in like I was like, he's gonna make it. He's gonna be the one to
He's
do
gonna
it
be
for
that
us.
next
Like,
GC. Yeah,
man,
absolutely.
come on. You were our champion. Like we
Hmm.
finally got
The
one.
people's
So
champion.
if
Jeez.
it means anything, hearing it from the outside, from somebody
Yeah.
from the outside, Emmanuel, if you come and bring Top Gun back into the champion class, you let me know what show you're gonna be at, and I'll put my leave in and I'll pop up.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
for
talking about.
real.
I like it.
What a dog. Like,
Straight up.
I mean, that future
Yes.
blood doesn't lie, and that future blood is consistent. And Top Gun has
All
produced
of it.
himself, outproduced himself. He's a beautiful animal, and I hate like not seeing him in the ring as much anymore, if at all. And like, but I mean, granted, he has great legacy, and a piece of which obviously Caleb and Nakia have in their program. But man, I hate to say it, but it's just not enough. I want to see him again. He's such a beautiful animal. Such a
He's
Yeah.
gotta finish
And
it. He's gotta finish it.
you want to talk about a producer. You want to talk about a producer. Every single female they took Top Gun to hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He
hit.
makes pretty dogs. He makes
Hey
I mean
Theo,
like
Theo, I want to put you on the
hit.
spot. You said
Yeah.
something earlier, and I really like, and I want to go into a little more further with this. Why is Top Gun a producer? What makes him
Why
such a
is
producer? The way he's bred. Why is he producing such a look?
uh-uh.
okay? I said, well, okay, well, you kind of answered it a little bit there. I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong. My view of a producer is a dog that you can take to a multitude of different type of dogs. So like you
Pesos,
can
yeah.
have a classic female, a pocket female, a standard female, and you take her to this male, and every single one of those productions come out consistent,
Yeah.
regardless whether it's a standard, pocket, or XL. You take it to any type of female, a female that's lacking bone, a female that's lacking head, a female that's lacking a structure, and he corrects and cleans up every single one of them with the productions and outproduces himself in those productions. That's a producer in my eyes.
What gave him the producing power?
I would honestly say
What's the
Chiclet.
COI? What's the COI?
I don't
I
know. So I don't know his COI,
I think that's
but
what
from what
Caleb
I've
talking about.
seen, but no, I don't know if it's a COI because I honestly think the dog and his pedigree that makes Top Gun a producer that produce him is Chiclet. And Chiclet, again,
Boom.
she may not have the phenotype
Yeah.
of a show dog, but
Uh-huh.
but her genotype, and this is something that I
Tiger.
learned from Adam. Shout out to Adam with the science and all that, right?
Uh,
So this is what Adam was bringing to the team and telling me about. So Chiclet may not have that phenotype that's showing like, okay, this is going to
look,
be
the dog's
da da da
behind
da.
her. Gene's
But her
behind her.
genotype, every single one of Chiclet's productions is crazy.
She way outproduced
Crazy. She is a
herself.
producer. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I
then he
think if
threw
there's
her
another
Adam,
to a
dog
Adam
that does
got her
that,
in
producer.
it.
You threw an inbred female because she's an inbred chick stick daughter to Future, who is a proven producer, produced Top Gun,
yes.
and that's where the producing power came from, and that's what I want to get at, like the
Yes.
importance of the female. Future did his job, but the mitochondrial DNA, especially with how concentrated it is, with the inbreeding, and then you know who else is bred like that?
So,
Teddy.
hey,
Teddy's bred just like that. So his mom is an
why you think I
inbred
said what I
Yoko,
said?
champion
Like
Yoko daughter. Shout out
mothers.
to Antonio McClinney. Bred
Yeah.
to Top Gun, which Top Gun has producing power because his mom is an inbred daughter. But Bruce, what you were talking about with the COI, I,
Yeah.
I don't know the exact COI, but looking at how he's bred with an
Yeah.
inbred mom, his
It's definitely
COI,
over
like,
15%, like
oh,
20%
100%.
probably.
That's
Easy.
that's pretty. Yeah, that, without breaking a sweat, that's almost pretty safe to
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
But
just
just beautiful
man,
breedings though. When you have an
I done seen
inbred
some.
inbred daughter like that and you find the perfect stud, it's magic.
Jeff's kiss.
Look, I done seen some beautiful XLs over the years, but my favorite ideal type of XL is tight skin, apple cheeks,
Yeah.
nice thick rear, great turn to stifle, beautiful age frame, like surf ironing board top line with that little hump right before the neck where that little muscle is on their
Top of the
shoulders.
neck
Like,
muscle. Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
like, look, it's just there's something about it, and every person that owns a bully can attest to this, right? How do you feel when you take your dog out to Lowe's or Home Depot or Tractor Supply and you're just walking around and people are just like, "What is that?" Da, 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 you know? That's right there. When I look up, like, oh, and I get a chance to educate. Everybody's
Yes.
like, "Oh, is she aggressive? Is he aggressive?" No, this is an American bully, sir, ma'am. This is a companion breed, and then we start going down the line, and then the dogs do the rest of the talking for you.
Yeah. Just
The
chilling
rest of the
there. Just,
talking for you.
yeah.
It's like there's no breed like it in the world to me. It's I I got an American Bully tattooed on my chest. There is no dog like it in the world. I love the breed. I love XLs. I don't ever plan on owning another breed in my life. My wife is gonna be mad at me because I already told her that we're gonna have 3 dogs in the house. We're probably gonna have even
a
more
lot of dog,
outside. And
man. That's a lot of dog in a house. That's a lot of dog.
the
I just let you know.
the HOA is already saying I can't have too many dogs. I'm just gonna say, well,
Oh
technically
my
they're not dogs, they're
gosh.
family, so it doesn't
Don't
count.
get
All
don't
right,
get
then,
him started on the
people.
HOA. Don't get him started on the
Right.
HOA.
Yeah. No, we've been really, really lucky that the neighborhood we live in doesn't have an HOA because, like, I mean, with the dogs that we have, size wise, it's and then breed wise because we have the two boys and they're American bullies with Pocket and XL, but Kai was a pit bull. And so having her, we had to be very careful with where we bought homes. So it's yeah, we lucked out here, but not everywhere is so lucky. That was definitely certain.
Oh, and I just seen what Christina said in the chat. They said Mike Higginson built his dogs a house before me. Well, hey, that's the love for the dogs, you know what I'm saying? But look at this, right? And that's one thing that I like about you all that I've been watching is your facilities, right? Like the conditions that you keep your dogs in and what you build for them, and you're pouring concrete slabs and making
Mhm.
kennels with misters and fans and all this crazy type of stuff, and lights and feeding systems and all of that. Like, we had a plan for that. The plan for that is we were going to buy 5 acres in Alabama. Let me call it Bama. 5 acres in Bama, and we were gonna get a Trayvon's dad has this like warehouse thing on the side of his house where it's like it's air conditioned, it's
Mhm.
heated, and he's got epoxy coating on the floors. We were gonna build one of those and do indoor outdoor kennels with dog runs.
Yep.
That way we could take because Trayvon had like 7, 8 dogs on his property, and his house wasn't that big. You can
No.
ask. I don't know if Birdie is watching, but you can see. But he had too many dogs, and he was like, "Hey man, he's like, I'm running out of space in my backyard for all these kennels." Him and Twin would be out there pouring new slabs of concrete like every other month. So
Oh my
we were gonna build
gosh.
that warehouse, and I was gonna handle all the business part of it, buy the land,
Yep.
that's outside of city limits, so we wouldn't have to worry about noise ordinances.
Yeah.
We were gonna get our business put in the LLC so we can do tax write-offs on the building. I was gonna get all the permits, everything, all of that stuff, right? And
Mhm.
then we were gonna move all the dogs to that kennel, and then I was gonna move down towards where he lives when I retire, which is I got 5 years left, and that way when we would come in the morning, we could just go back and forth between the warehouse and be with the dogs all day, but then have our home as our home without
Yes.
32 dogs in the house.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
listen.
know?
Just as Christina said it, that you're still going to do it. I mean, some
100%.
plans have the tendency to like shift, or the journey to make that destination can change. But no, man, I mean, it's definitely a goal to be had. And I mean, you seem like this was something that you really wanted to do, as a kennel and with all your partners involved and everything like that. And I love that. Definitely don't give up on something like that, because just like you said, it's just like how you treat your dogs is very, very important. And, you want to give your dogs the best. And if you're going to have as many dogs as you're going to have, you want to make sure that you have a facility that's going to give them what they need, and give you what you need. So
Yeah,
absolutely, I still do it, man. I'm
that's the
just,
plan.
and if you need
That's the
any help
plan.
with LLCs, Lois Villarreal, her sister helps with those kinds of
Yeah,
things.
so our let's say we have a mentor for everything. So the person that we would go back and forth with that about was Mike Higginson. He's all very business minded, and anytime I ever had questions about businesses, period, because he's a business owner himself. Anytime I ever had questions about businesses, period, he'd be on the truck while he's talking to me with his earpiece in and giving me the rundown about how to set up a business this way and how you want to do it this and that and that and that. Like that's one thing that I really do like about all of you and anybody that's watching too, right? Is do not gatekeep. If you have some type of knowledge, especially from the community that I come from in the army, right? You're setting up everything for the next generation. So
Yeah.
why would I keep something to myself that I know is going to help the next generation and know build it and make it better just because I know it and you don't? Why?
Yeah.
Man, I'm not taking money out of your pocket. If you got something and you know that, like, if I already respect you as a mentor, man, just tell me what you know so I don't make these mistakes.
Right.
Why start me on -2 when you're on 10 and you can put me on 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, what harm does that do? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that there's some
exactly.
kids out there that are afraid that they're going to be eclipsed, and I'm sitting there thinking like the people that you're mentoring, they become part of your legacy. You're eventually going to be gone.
Exactly.
You're going to be gone. The only
Exactly.
thing that's going to remain of you are the people who shout you out from you having mentored and lifted them up, and the dogs you've produced. That's it. That's your
100%.
100%.
legacy.
That should be
Like
the
so,
goal. The
Yep.
yeah,
goal should be for your predecessors, the ones that you have poured into, for them to be better than you. That should be the goal. Is it's we
Yeah.
always say bettering the breed, bettering the
yeah.
community, like taking people under your wing that deserve that time, that are hungry for it, and watching them grow. Like that should be the goal.
So speaking of, so just so I could practice what I preach, if anybody that's watching right now, if you have anything that you need to know about business per se, and I'm not even talking about with the dogs, I'm talking about with life. And you want to talk about managing finances, and this is literally what I do, investments. That's what I do. So if anybody has they need some advice on that type of stuff, I got to give a big shout out to my father because my father put me on. And that's another reason that made me and Trayvon's bond so strong because him and his father had a great relationship
Hmm.
and his father was his mentor. So my father was my mentor. And everything that I learned about providing a home for my children and 401ks and Roth IRAs and how to build generational wealth, which shout out to my little brother right now. He's starting his own business and he's already pulling the family name up to 10. This is the type of stuff that I'm on. This is the point that I'm at in my life. So anybody that's watching, I always answer all my messages, all my DMs, whatever it is. If you just want to ask me about, hey, what's a Roth IRA and how do I get into one?
Yeah,
Man, hit me up. Hit me up. I will let you know what a Roth IRA is and exactly how to get the one and how you need to invest for yourself 30 years from now, but you need to think about that now and how the money that you put in now is going to help pay for you and your children and your grandchildren 30 years from now. My door is open and my line is open, so hit me up. And I got no problem giving out my phone number either. So if you got a second, take it down. So it's 973-876-1645. Hit me up. My door is always open. I'll never withhold knowledge from anybody.
That's what
I
I'm
love
talking
that.
about.
Love it, man.
And if I don't know, I could put you in touch with somebody that doesn't know. Because look at these people on the screen.
I'm telling you, and that's one of the most fun things is like just because like you personally like aren't familiar with something that you're being asked, and it's like, listen, I may not know, but guess what? Let's turn this into a learning opportunity. I'm gonna learn with you. Let's find somebody who knows, and then that way we're both benefiting from that. And like don't be afraid to be like, listen, I'm not quite familiar with it, but I
Yeah.
would love to know myself. So let's start asking around and like learn together.
Have
Man,
any of you ever been in the motorcycle community?
no.
All right, so I used to ride with a motorcycle club. So shout out to my club. You know who you are. My boys, my brothers, my riding brothers, right? But there's a saying that we have. It's called "Forever a Prospect." So it doesn't matter whether you're the president of the club, a national president, or a full patch member. Forever a prospect means that you're never above learning.
Come
So
on.
you always learn. There's always room for improvement. Forever a prospect, always.
I love that. I love that. I always say it's like if you're not learning something new every day, you're doing it wrong.
100%.
Got to be willing. Got to be open. Absolutely. You're never completely in the know. Not 100%. You've got to be willing to get more knowledge and be willing to accept that like you don't know everything and be happy that you're learning new things. Like be like, I learned something new today. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Made something
And
of
I
the
love
day.
having you on, sir. This is man. Yeah, you've been.
Attitude.
Yeah,
You're
you've
my
been.
dog. I love how real you are. I love how honest you are. I love how you educate yourself. I love how you're not a gatekeeper, that you can educate others too. Like, man, I was so excited for tonight and you hit it on all cylinders because you are you. Like,
Mhm.
if you were anything different, it would, that's what makes you unique. And
I
you're cool
appreciate
ass
it, man.
dude. You're my
You wake up
dog,
I
every
man.
really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you too. I mean, I appreciate all of you. I mean, you've all taught me so much. Um, and you've been a big support system because I ain't gonna lie, when Trayvon passed, I felt like I was alone for a while. Because every single day he was pretty much like, you can ask my wife. He was my first phone call and my last phone call every single day. It was just like and there would always be that damn machine in the background, just loud. I'm like, damn, bro, just go in the break
Man,
room, man.
tell
I
me
can't
about it.
hear
Oh my
you.
Oh Lord,
No,
gosh.
you're
But
so
like,
man.
good.
so I felt like I was alone for a while, and then when I flew back from Germany, and I got around everybody and finally got to meet everybody, just not over FaceTime, but actually got to meet everybody. I was like, wow, man, it's like man, I'm about to move to Alabama. Damn, like
I gotta say,
you know what
man,
I'm saying? Like I feel
yeah,
it's like my second home.
well, Trayvon collected amazing people. Uh,
Yeah,
he just really, really did, and he brought in this family, and now we're all just like there's a feel to it where boundaries don't exist. Like we
yeah.
really like absorb each other. We love each other. We care for each other. We're always going to be there. And he was that bind that tied, and
Yes, he was.
that'll never go away. That'll never go away.
And you know what too? Like I'm gonna give a shout out to you, Caleb, because like man, like we talk pretty much every day, man. It's just
Every day.
like it's
Every day.
anybody out there that's feeling like you ain't got somebody, man. Like, look, there's somebody out there. Just pick up the damn phone. Call your people. Check on your brothers, man. Call your people because I guarantee you they might be feeling the same way, and maybe they just need that phone call. Just call your people.
100%.
For
Me and
sure.
you got
Yeah.
close. Like, I met you before Trayvon.
Yeah,
We
we
met
did.
at the
Actually,
same
I met you
show.
before I met Trayvon too.
Yeah, but man, but it's crazy because he was the nucleus, like what we're all saying, that glued everyone together.
hmm
And when you came for man, you came for the funeral, and you're like, hey, mind if I stay at your house? And man, that 4 or 5 days, like
Yeah, no
there
It
ain't
was
question.
lit.
nothing. There ain't
Yeah,
nothing that like will
it
ever
was
get
so
between
cool.
us. And I
Yeah,
and I mean that. And then man, Frederick calling and all this, he's
yeah.
the nucleus.
Hey, shout out to Frederick Culpepper.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Solid
remember.
dude.
Yeah, I remember you said something that was during the service. He called you Ken.
Yeah.
He's just like that was it. That was his explanation for just like how you guys could be so close so quick. He's like, no, you're Ken. I don't think you understand. You're Ken,
And
and
you know
he
what's funny?
meant that.
When I would get on the phone, my wife would just walk by me. Oh, you on the phone with your boyfriend again? Like, yeah, man. I'm on the phone.
So
I'm on
Ken.
the phone with my boyfriend again.
Oh
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm on
man.
the phone with my dude. Yeah, man. Like, come on.
yeah. Oh man, he what a dude, man. That yeah.
Hey, but you know what the common denominator in all this is? Is these dogs. And I'm telling you, it's something special. And even if you go back to the beginning foundation of how dogs came into the lives of humans, there's something special about that. And I feel like, I don't know, you strike me down if I'm lying, but I feel like American Bully is the best breed out there, and can't nobody change my mind. I
Yeah.
could give a damn about a Chihuahua, a Great Dane, a Bull Mastiff, none of that. Like, no, you cannot change my mind.
I mean,
There's
they
a,
are a great breed. And I think that, and we've said this before, it's like if you're looking for a specific dog that's going to fit like your lifestyle, your mindset, you've got to look for that. And like if you're looking
exactly.
for a dog that is not necessarily a companion dog, but is more guardian or more this or more that, you might be in the wrong market if you're looking at if you're looking for that companion, that ride or die soul dog. You'll find that in the American Bully. So it's
And you
these
know what? One other thing that's it's kind of like a funny nuance, but do you know? I don't know if you know this or any of you know this, but do you know how we learned how to show dogs? What breed we actually watched and studied? You know,
No,
Bruce?
no.
So
How you?
it's funny. Trayvon got trained by a breeder of Grand Champion King Charles Cavalier Spaniels.
cavies, yeah,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
King Charles Spaniels.
yeah.
The lady who showed him how to stack a dog and how to show a dog, and how one thing that I was told is, like, when you stack a dog, you know how, the dog is on your left side, right? So you're
Yeah.
stacking the dog here. How, if you've ever seen how when he stacks the dog, he'll hold the lead up and then stand in front of the dog
Mhm.
and not
Yep.
Yeah.
block the view of the back of the dog.
Yep.
We learned all of that from a King Cavalier or Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, uh, like Westminster, whatever that show is,
Mhm.
one of those
Yeah.
breeders.
Every year,
Yeah,
man, you've got to watch those national dog shows,
yeah.
and it's not even just for entertainment, but like Westminster, which shout out to Tone and Pre's daughter, Christine.
Yes.
She's just got
Gosh.
her invite to Westminster
So
again.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Grand
cool.
But
champion
I'm so excited
hero.
for her.
you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot about how to show a dog, and I'm still learning. I mean, if anybody's ever seen me show, you could tell I am far from a professional. Shout out to Fam too for giving me some tips at that last show.
Hey,
But
that's the
you can
community
see
right
that I'm
there.
I'm I'm far from a professional, right? But you can learn a lot about just the dynamics of showing a dog, not just the American Bully, but from watching professional handlers show other breeds, because a dog is a dog. They all got four legs. And if they don't, they shouldn't be in the ring. So they all got four legs. They all got top lines, stifles. Like, the dynamics are the same as far as, like, the blueprint. Now, you show every dog a little bit different than another, but if you can get the
Yeah.
basics down, it's like
Yeah.
fundamentals, big fundamentals. If you can get the fundamentals down, oh man, it's gonna take your game to the next level.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love Cece Alberta Evans. She's a phenomenal handler, but she does handle all breed. And some of the
Okay.
types of dogs that she's handled, and Chester as well, um,
Hmm.
man, they've handled some crazy breeds. And yeah, you do show them a little bit differently. But when you ask them that, like, so how do you adjust when you're showing these other breeds? They're like, we don't really adjust that much. Like, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of the same principle. You adjust your speed for obviously the gait,
The
and then
gate and all that, yeah.
certain breeds, very, very rarely, but certain breeds have to be presented a specific way where you can slightly overextend them.
Yeah, like the German Shepherd, they want that
Yeah,
squat and the
they want,
slope
yeah,
and the
yeah,
top line, and
yeah.
yeah, like
You're okay
things
with
like that.
the
But at
yeah.
the same time, I mean, I've seen XL breeders squat their dogs
Yeah.
in standards and pockets. I mean, hey, do what works for you, man. It's may the best man win or
Uh,
Yeah.
woman.
everything comes out in the gate.
Yeah,
Everything comes
yeah,
out.
yeah.
You
Can't
can't
hide
hide
the gate.
Yes.
nothing in that gate, and
Yeah.
that.
You might hide in the stack, but on that gate, the down and back of the gate,
You
you ain't
gonna
hiding
see it.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yes,
You gonna
Alex.
see
sir.
it.
Yeah, Alex Ferrero taught us that. I remember we had an interview with him, and I'm so proud of him. He's the Nationals judge for the American Bully this year. So
Amazing selection.
so perfect choice. I'm very, very proud. And he's now a senior judge. So that just was this perfect timing. But he actually said it that way. He's just like, you can sit there and you can have, handlers be pretty clever with how they stack and everything. He's like, but the moment they gate, everything comes out. There's no lie in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Everything you're trying to hide is out in the open, and
Yeah.
like, you can't hide it. So
Yep.
yeah, shout out
Hey,
to him.
are y'all excited for nationals though?
Oh yeah.
Man.
Look, I
Man,
keep
hey,
thinking about it. I'm just looking. I'm like,
you know
man,
what?
I want to know how many people that are watching are going to be at nationals. If you're going to be at nationals, put it in the comments. I want to know. And come
Oh,
stop
Man,
by and
look,
see me. Booth one.
I don't have a dog in the fight, but I'm going to nationals.
Oh,
It
Okay.
just I
I
just
didn't have
like it,
either.
you know?
I'm not showing a dog. I go so I can film and take selfies and see all my people and just really have a lot of fun. And it's going to be a new destination this year. So there's going to
Yep.
be exploring the venue, exploring the Savannah downtown area. We're all going to be staying pretty close, probably within less than a mile of each other, I think, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So it's just like, I mean, this is going to be super fun, and I'm just excited to see everybody. But yeah, I haven't brought a dog to nationals yet, but I go for the ambiance. I go to film. I go to take the selfies. Apparently, that's
Yeah,
the
I can't wait. Amanda, you've had enough time answering that question. I can't wait. Me and my boy Theo are staying at the same hotel. I'm so glad Amanda's staying down the street. If we run into each other, we run into each other. But Theo, I want to put you on the spot real quick too before we ask the last question.
Good.
Who's your winner for nationals?
Whew.
Who are you guessing?
Yeah, look. So look, I don't know who's all coming for sure yet and who's not going to be there. But look, I'll put it this way. I'm not going to say a name of a dog, but I will say that I think the winner this year for the first time ever is going to be an XL. And it's
Grand
not.
Champion Apollo. Grand
All right.
Champion Apollo.
Look,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying
I
it's
know
going
where
to
you're
You
be.
going
ain't
with that.
saying no
Yeah, you know
names.
where I'm
I
going with
know
it.
where you're going with that. I
There's some
like
I'm
it.
not
caliber.
saying it's going to be a grand champion or a champion or this and that. But look, I think it's going to be an XL. I think the year of the standard and the
I
pocket, I
like
think
it.
that's over with. 2025 is going to an XL.
This is the year of the orc. Yeah. So
The
I
year
mean,
of the XL. And I'm going to be
yes.
there for it. The year of the
Yeah.
XL.
I mean, I'm really hoping for some
I
high
like it.
caliber XLs. I really am, and like you're already going to have a few that we know of for sure. Obviously, you have
Yes.
Apollo, you have Flex. Hopefully, Emmanuel, if you're listening, bring Top Gun back out. Wouldn't it be the most fantastic thing to
Oh my
literally get
gosh.
his GC at nationals? Just saying. Absolutely.
To
Yeah, like
randomly run into him there would be like, oh my God. Oh my
I
God.
want to see.
Really?
I'm just gonna be there on the side as like I'm gonna be fangirling from the side. I'm just gonna be just outside the ring, just like, hey, let's get it going. Let's get it going because
Yeah, man.
I'm excited to see that final show. I am showing Susu at
Mhm.
nationals, but look, I'm there for that last show. I just want to see
Electric
what's
man.
gonna happen on the what is it called the best in the show. I want to see. I'm
Yep.
excited for it.
Oh yeah, it gets
Like
hot, man.
the suspense is building.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it is definite. And that's one of the things is like, you can almost feel it like filming wise, like I'm surrounded like shoulder to shoulder, standing room only on every single side of that ring, people peering over each
Yeah.
other's shoulders. And I'm sitting there just like filming, like, and you can taste the tension. It is,
Yeah.
it's something.
Hey, I'm 6'3". I'm tall, so I'll put all the little short people like Caleb and them
That's
in
okay.
front of me,
Just stand
and I just sit
anywhere
there
and
and
just
just
look
look over
behind
their
me or
head.
Caleb, and
You know
you're
what I'm
solid.
You bastard. Oh my gosh.
Nothing but love.
Make sure you send that picture, Theo.
Yeah, okay. I told you that picture's been deleted. I know you still have it, but that picture's been
I was
deleted.
about to
I
say it
sure
coming
do.
out. It's just gonna just pop out of the
Yeah.
woodwork.
The
Yes.
internet is forever.
Hey, Amanda, we're gonna get you in the ring this year. Dave Wilson, if you're watching at some point, we need Amanda to go in there with the camera and man, view this live. Like she was right there at the front. Like you were the perfect place last year, and you did such incredible content, seriously, because it felt like being there. You did such a wonderful job. Seriously. I know I give you shit all the time. You're my dog though. Like you really, really did good content. And it would be so cool to actually see you in the ring though, like see from like the perception that you can actually get, like see the judge judging and things like that. Like I don't know if that's possible or not, but what an incredible thing that would be.
It's always so fun. And man, I've done it for what 2-3 years now, and it's just one of those things where you get to see the best of the best, and I get to get up close and personal, and I get to film them in real time. You're seeing the gate, you're seeing the stack, you're seeing the judges' expressions, you're seeing all these things, and it's been one of the highlights of, like, again, I love going and seeing people and everything, but that, like, I'm telling you, man, filming is one of I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this year. I'm kind of deciding on like where exactly I'm gonna post up.
Yeah. And you better get there quick because man, that ring fills up so quick though. Like I love nationals is completely different. Like it's one show. So it's like everyone is right there ringside. Everyone, man, wants to be, they don't want to miss it. And
Yeah.
like, and seriously, thank you for last year. Like, we weren't able to make it last year. And like, you were right there, front and center, and you were able to give that content to people that weren't there. And it's so nice when someone like you or like Lois Villarreal or, you know, that's able to live stream them. Man, it's really neat. I love watching them, you know, like, and I try to do it at the shows I go to, but no, thank
Yes,
you
you
for
do.
doing that
You do a great job
because
of that.
at the biggest stage, you were right there front and center. So we're going to put your chair there right when we show
I'm
up.
telling you, Mary Scribner did that.
Right.
So she's my road dog. So she and I go to nationals together every year, and she put the chair there. Like the moment we walked in the door and we got everything sat at our booth, she grabbed one of those fold out chairs, and she went over and she's like, right here, fap, and sat that chair down, and no one touched it. It was the only chair that no one touched, and that's where I sat. She did that for me. She's the one that
I,
picked that placement, and I'm
I
like,
think Dave would back us literally this year if we're like, this is Amanda's chair. Like no one touches it. Like I seriously think he would because it's able to live stream with education, but also the presentation of the dogs. And like you said, like you're looking at the judges while making decisions, like seeing their eyes, seeing, you know, kind of where they're at before even making the decision. It's really, really good content. So I want to make
Hey,
sure
hey,
I
Caleb,
say that
don't worry
about
about
that.
it. Don't worry about it, Caleb. I'll ask. Hey, Mr. Wilson, can you give Amanda a chair?
we'll have chairs,
You say we
believe me.
good.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
That's what I'm
where. Like
talking
you
about.
gotta ask the judge, hey, where are you gonna line them up? Where are you gonna line them up? And that's where I'll set my chairs, like so I can see this. Like that's where I want to see. So like it's really just asking the judge, hey, where are you gonna line them up?
Yeah. And we're gonna ask Alex right when we go in. He's gonna be like, "You're asking me this? I'm so worried. Like, there's
Like I'm
so much things
freaking
going through
out
my
here.
head, and you're asking me where I want you to put your chair, where I'm gonna line them up."
Yes, yes, Alex,
No, I
yes.
know he's gonna freely give that information. Like, incredible judge lineup, incredible event that it's gonna be. Can't wait.
I gotta show this is gonna be. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited, especially knowing now that we've got Theo coming as well. That's gonna be just the cherry on top. So I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah. Theo's definitely the cherry. But Theo, all right. So we always in the live with the same question. I know that I know that you
It's your friend. I don't know.
yes, you have viewed in numerous times, so you know what question we're asking, but I'm going to ask it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the answer of it because how in depth and how thoughtful you are on things. You know, talking to the new breeder, talking to the new person that's getting into showing, breeding dogs, what advice would you give them from day one?
Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna give him. I would give the new breeder some advice that somebody gave me very, very recently too. Right? And Caleb, I had this conversation with you because I told you who told me this. But be patient and understand that everybody has to start somewhere. But don't go bouncing around trying to buy a pup from here and buy a pup from there and buy a pup from there. The foundation of your kennel is gonna be your female. Once you get that female,
All right.
if you are going to be a serious breeder, you produce your own stud. You
That's
produce your
right.
own next female. Every female you get at a minimum, if we're just doing just random numbers, right? 9 pups per litter, or at an average, right? 9 pups per litter. You have 27 chances with that female to produce your future grand champion, 27 chances to produce your future grand champion or champion. and then also 27 chances to produce another female, which is going to give you 27 more chances. And then out of every single one of those 27 chances per female, you got all those chances to get one male, because the only thing that makes a stud special is, one is if they're a producer, and two is their wow factor. Everybody has a male. You can get a male out of every letter, but what makes that stud stand out is their wow factor. If they don't have the wow factor, they're never going to be considered a great stud. Nobody's going to want to use them.
Right.
So get your female, produce from your female with your kennel's vision, which should be in line with the standard,
Thank you.
and be patient because it takes time, and do your research. Doesn't have to just be about genetics either. Do your research. Don't follow the hype. Don't be like, oh, this dog's a grand champion, I'm going to go get his stud fee. Okay, if that dog has nothing to add to your kennel, and the reason why they're a grand champion is because they got a big head and great turn to stifle, but your female already has a big head and great turn to stifle, you're lacking mass. Let's find a stud with some mass.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not lacking anything, then shit, then you're not a new breeder.
Yeah.
If you ain't lacking nothing, you don't win, bro.
At that point, just find a dog that looks just like yours.
Yeah, right. But yeah, just be patient. Be patient, take your time, and listen. Don't be hard-headed. Listen to all the people that got a wealth of knowledge. How long you been breeding?
Who?
Bruce?
Bruce.
Oh, 30,
How long you been
62
breeding?
years.
39, 39, 40 years now.
Hey, you remember how Kevin Hart said it, don't you? He was like, damn. Bruce has been breeding longer than I've. Hey, look, and this is no disrespect, Bruce. You've been breeding longer than I've been alive. What the hell am I gonna say to you other than, hey, sir, can you give me some advice?
That's big on, man.
Thanks
That's
for
big
Bro,
on.
look,
He's big on for a
I
reason.
come from the Army community. I'd be damned if a private come in and tell me how to do my job. So look, I'm a private now, Mr. Bruce, with your 39 years of breeding. What do I need to know? What mistakes did you make 30 years ago that I can learn from now that I don't have to make those mistakes? Start me off on step 5 so I don't got to start off on -2.
That's what I'm talking about.
And there's
Yeah.
so many people in the bully community that you can get this from. And if you're a new breeder and you're not willing to listen, you're not going to make it.
Truth. 100%.
Yep.
100%.
That's what's up.
That's it.
That's a hell of an answer.
I love the ending, and I love what you said at the very end, because there's so many people that are willing. A lot of people say it's the OG, like, where are the OGs? The OGs are still there. They're willing to give that information, but you got to be willing to receive it.
Yes.
You got to be you got to be mindful enough to receive it. Ask, willing to listen, not ask just to open conversation, things like that. Ask, willing to listen and receive, and then implement, and then don't gatekeep. That's how the flow should work. But beautiful words, Theo. Like,
Oh
incredible
yeah,
night,
no
incredible
doubt.
live. You absolutely killed it. I love you, my dog. Man, is there anything else that you would like to add, or anyone else that would like questions geared towards him? Because I'm
Oh, yeah.
enjoying this.
I just want to say thank you, to be honest. Thank you for having me. Uh, thank you for letting me spread the word of BEK. And I look forward to the future. And anybody that's watching, if you rewind the live and actually watch the whole thing and don't skip through it, like I know you're going to, then you can find my phone number, hit me up. I'm always willing to chop it up and talk to whoever. I mean, look, I'm just happy to be here. That's all I gotta say. I'm just happy to be here. Shout out to my kids.
There we go. If they're not already asleep, of course.
Matter of fact, yeah, get to bed. Y'all got school tomorrow.
Right after the shout out, take your ass to sleep.
Yeah, go to bed.
Oh man. Hey, y'all follow him, Theo Faucett on Facebook. Man, incredible dude. This is him all day, every day. Love
Yep.
this dude. He's always, man, giving information, just positive reinforcement, will hold you accountable. Like, man, got nothing but love for you, Theo. You're one of the people I respect the most, not just in the bully community. I'm talking about
In
in
general.
life. Like, I
Yes.
love talking to you about, man, we've had conversations about everything. Like, you are my go-to. When I have a question, like, or when I have a thought, or when I have something exciting, if I have something that's going wrong, I hope you know that you have become that person, and
I
it's an
appreciate
honor
that.
to be able to interview you tonight, and you've
Thank
killed
you.
it. Like,
Thank
job
you.
well done, man.
Yes, sir.
Man. Well, thank you again. Again, you've jumped outside of your comfort zone to be here tonight. I think you did. You're natural at it. Definitely don't shortchange yourself in the coming out into the light. You know, genre. So I love seeing more of you. Let's continue to see more of you. Again, I'll see you at nationals. I'm super excited about that, guys.
This one.
He's your guy. He's your guy if you're thinking about investments, retirement, IRAs, like LLCs. Just
Loans.
hmm?
He
Nah,
does
hey,
personal
if
loans.
you if you yeah, if you want a loan, hey, there you go. If you want a loan, get with Caleb. Hey, he's giving them out
Bruce.
all
Bruce has
day.
got.
Yeah, get with Bruce. Bruce got all the money.
Baby, don't even ask me for advice. Don't ask me for nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
All
man.
right,
Lord.
y'all. Hey, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh,
All right,
Absolutely. Call you
definitely.
in a
guys.
minute, man. You have a
Absolutely,
good
guys.
night.
This is going to go up on the YouTube, and so I already posted the link to that in case you guys want to go and watch later, or if you just kind of caught the tail end. Aaron, congratulations on the new gig. Appreciate you joining in. I know that you're super busy with that new job, so definitely thank you for coming in. And we'll hopefully see a bunch of you guys at nationals. Theo, we'll see you at nationals. Super excited, and y'all have a great night.
You
All right.
too.
Good night, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Night, guys.